Hi, Mr. Jackson. How are you?
John?
I'm Jason. John's right there. Yeah.
Nice to meet you. You too.
Hello, sir.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How you doing?
Hey, I'm hanging in there. Nice to meet you.
You too. Just gonna grab something real quick.
All right, no problem.
Nice property.
Thanks. It's been a joy, to say the least.
How long have you had it?
I would say just under 4 years now.
Okay.
Right around 4, I think it is. I'll have to check now.
No, I'm just asking.
Am I good parked right here?
Oh yeah, you're all good.
All right.
Nobody comes down. They don't come out anymore. Usually, anytime I come here, people, they pop out.
Oh, really?
Oh my God, I've been through some shit you wouldn't believe. I'm sure you've heard some stuff.
Yeah,
But-
so yesterday after we got the, or not yesterday, Monday we got the complaint.
Mhm.
Yesterday the first thing we did was went out to the village to talk to the village president because he's the one that forwarded the information on to our captain, who then gave it to our lieutenant, who then gave it to us. So we wanted to see, like, okay, give us some background because your email only says so much. And then that's why I wanted to talk to you right away. It's like, the email only says so much. We got to hear from you, like what actually is going on.
It's a shit show.
We're starting. We don't have any background, so we're
Gotcha.
starting here now. I'm
It's a
sure it
shit
goes
show.
on for a while.
Yeah, it's a 3.5, almost 4 year fight. I'm not gonna bother you with the nonsense and the bullshit. I'm gonna stick to the quick facts. I'm
Okay.
gonna hold you guys up. Me and the Village of Bristol board, we don't get along. They hate me with a passion. Because I go to every meeting and I speak. The first thing I say is, if there's anything I'm saying that's not truthful, stop me.
Right.
I've never been stopped. But the things that I say, they don't like.
Okay.
Because I stick to the facts. And you know, we're in Bristol. I didn't know shit about Bristol. I didn't know anything about the area. I bought the property, man, just to build a house, get out of Lake County taxes. Got my kids. My kids were 12 and 8.5 when I bought the property, a little. Now my 12-year-old's 16 and he's 6'4". You know, he was this tall. We're like, yeah, we're gonna get a house, get dirt bikes and all this good stuff. Man, you guys have a shit total of fun. Now he's this tall. So I'm, Dad, can I get a car? So.
How far back does this property go? All the way to the tree line back there?
Yeah, a little bit
Oh.
further back. Yeah, there's a big wetland back there, but yeah, it's 5 acres.
Oh, wow.
It was just over 5, but some crazy reason across the street is our property too. When
Really?
they put the road in.
Oh,
it was
really?
5.1 something. When they put the road in, they cut the property off.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
So that existed before you had it,
Mhm.
and then the road went through, and you still get a little bit of that. I
We
understand.
were told, but I never.
What are you gonna do over there?
What are you gonna do? Well, that is Illinois.
Yeah,
You plant some weed over there, I guess.
there you go.
Better smoking over there, though.
Yeah, right.
So the main complaint, I put it in 8 weeks ago.
The complaint about the comments
reason
that were
you guys
made.
here.
Okay.
Yeah. And the reason you guys didn't get it before is because they weren't going to pursue it. The reason they did pursue it because I wouldn't have FOIA'd it. The FOIA means, okay, oh shit, now he's FOIA'd it, which means we got to produce.
Right.
That's why they finally turned it in.
Okay.
So that's why because I was laughing when you called. I was like, Jesus, we did that a long time ago. So I knew that's why they did it, because last week I went and FOIA'd the process of what happened and the results, because I never got anything. And so that was the only way I knew I would get it, was by doing that.
Okay.
So this is like a little bit of stuff. I got stacks of, you wouldn't believe. So the problem with I'll get right to it.
Yeah.
The problem with, did you get the ordinance, the 942.03,
So
I
this
think
is
it
what I
was?
got. Yep, and I printed it off.
The
The statute.
false,
Yep, I printed off the statute here.
false information for publication.
94203, giving
That's it.
false information for publication. Yeah, whoever with intent that it be published and that it injure a person, blah 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 blah. Publication of any false statement concerning any person or any false and unauthorized advertisement is guilty of a Class A misdemeanor. So
That is it.
that's what we're looking into.
That is it, my friend.
Okay.
Okay. On top of that
So
one,
I got to stand this way. I can't
Yeah.
look right into the sun.
I believe my eyes are. I always had really good eyes. These last 2 years, I'm like, I can barely see. And so this is how they play the trick. The neighbor right next to me, we got along great until they realized I owned the property. Well, they thought I was here for a year and a half just cut the grass for the guy who owned it. And once the wife found out it was me, she threw a absolute fucking fit. Like, I was just like, what the hell? She came up here screaming at me. Ah. I'm like, I'm sorry, who are you?
So who?
I never met her.
Who is that? Who is
Those Sadaris.
Okay.
We ain't got to worry about those guys, because I put a restraining order on those guys and we're done. They were screaming and yelling at my kids out here, calling cops on you. We're gonna call the village, blah blah. You're trespassing. They made us actually leave our own property. So we got, I can't make this shit up. Me and Randy don't get along. I know you probably know Randy for a long time. We do not get along.
We don't.
I don't know who Randy is.
Randy is the
he's
president.
The president. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh,
him
he's
at
a
all.
village administrator.
Oh, he's an administrator.
Mike Farrell's
okay,
the president. Okay. Yeah,
I don't know him at all.
Yeah, we
Never
don't-
met him before yesterday.
He's a Kirkman. We do not get along.
Okay.
Because when this first started kicking off, they would never come to me when they made complaints. They would just take their word for it. These guys have been here 30 years. He's been here 34 years. And it's like, okay, we got seniority like we're in high school. Blah, 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 blah. He's doing this. Oh, okay. And I would get letters. I'm going, what the fuck, you know?
Yeah, I could
So I
see
got
how
all
that
these
would happen.
violation letters for things I never fucking did. So I got pissed and said, you know what, screw it. Start fighting back with it. You know, and that's why I did this one, because when they say the publication, they went to the village board meetings and said, okay, he's flooding our property, blah, blah, blah. The Ryan Corporation did all the correct work out here. Ryan Corporation's fucking huge. I had permits from DNR, all that good shit, which is a whole other subject. Had everything done, everything was great. The water flows fucking perfectly. It goes down this way here, around this direction over there. It feeds 4 ponds 3 doors down.
Okay.
So their thing was, they didn't want me, there used to be a little
Now,
swampy pond right
Real
there.
quick, sir. When you say their thing, are you talking about the direct neighbor or are you talking about Aslet?
It's actually both.
Okay.
Okay. It's like a tag team
Okay.
over there. But the Sidoris, I've shut them up since I did a restraining order just recently, because they came in court and I just started throwing out just facts. And you see the judge's face in 10 minutes, it's like, oh no, we're done. And cut them off, done.
Okay.
So I haven't heard a peep from them. He's the hype man. Like, he's the Flavor Flav public enemy. So he's in his ear, you gotta do this, you gotta do this, you gotta do this, because you're right next to him. So his complaint was, our property, to say we put the not the swale, the berm here, and they came and did all the work, is flooding his property. You know what, we can walk on the property line.
Yeah.
Get you guys out here quick.
No, don't worry about it. Unless you got somewhere to go. I got
Yeah.
this was my case for the day, so
I'm gonna leave here
I got as much time as you need.
Go to rest, I'm gonna leave here, exercise my eyes, and then, walk around the gym for an hour, work out for 20 minutes. Alright. It's such a soap opera, man. It's unbelievable.
Okay, so this is your property line here.
Yeah, we're walking it like
I see it. Okay.
there's been 3 surveys. But as always, you're on our property. So I finally got that nip in the bud after the third survey. They had to pay for one, I paid for one to jump out of here. They said, this is a problem, all right? Good. I'm gonna try and go to get going. I replace these every month, but proper line markers.
Okay.
Yes.
So basically where that tree is, if you follow the line, that's where it is? Or
That's
does it...
the property line.
Okay.
Okay. This is the area in question. Like all the rain we've had, the storms, all that bullshit. You see all the rain that's sitting on the ground now. The shit flows. This is actually a wetland.
Okay.
So DNR says, they told me, leave that shit alone. And I got the exemption. Leave this part alone. Don't
Okay.
fuck with it. Because they're already complaining before we did the project. It goes, your best bet is not to touch it, let it flow by itself. Byron, you can't even see his property from here. So the barn right here, with the trailer that's right here,
Yep.
this all belongs to Sidoris.
Okay.
This couple. Byron has a house on the opposite side.
Okay.
His complaint is when it rains and storms, this water floods over to his property. Now, pretty good goddamn ways now. Now, if it did that, it would go over their sewer line, which their sewer's right there, would fill up their tanks and everything else. This water, when I bought this property, I don't want to go over this. This water used to be all the way over the tree over here. Not this one, but the second tree. There was always water here. This was all water. I mean, I was like, holy fuck, what is this? I didn't know shit about wetlands. Man, I'm from Illinois. I'm a city boy. I had the drain tiles and stuff repaired.
Okay.
That's why there's no standing water no more. Then I got my exemptions from DNR, Army Corps of Engineers, all that good shit. They started throwing a fit because I was filling the little pond. It was really a swamp that was right here. With not the understanding that I had a permit to do it.
Okay.
They were pissed off. That's supposed to be there. That's a wetland. That's a wetland. I understand. Here's my paperwork. Show them to them. Mind your business. Oh, they don't give a fuck. So we went through this for a year and a half. So then the village got involved with it. Got mad because you never get that exemption. It's very hard to get. The guy who did it for me does it for a living. So when I went and picked the guy to do it for me, the delineation reports and put everything in, I made sure I didn't waste my money with somebody who was practicing this guy does it
And
for
they were
a
going to
living.
deny you anyway, right?
Right.
Yeah. Yep.
So he does it for corporations when they want to build.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, well, that little piece of crap is nothing. No, yeah, but done. Once I got the exemption, they were saying, oh, it's a wetland, it's not a wetland, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, because it made a point where they were thinking, I told him, because I asked him before, hey, I got a guy come out fixing field tiles, you have a broken one too. You want to get in on it?
Mm-hmm.
You know, yes, it's more of my property, but say if it's a $100 bill, you just give me 10 of it, the rest is mine.
Okay.
And we'll have him fix yours too. He didn't want to do it. He got mad. Well, you fix yours, you fix mine too. Well, we had this conversation.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to skip all over that bullshit. His comments were that my property backs up and floods his property, which is, I'm not sure how many acres that back that way it is.
Is that I see a fence through
no, that's still Felix's yard right here.
on the other side of that fence?
No,
is that
the
where,
wooden fence.
Do you see it?
Is that what you're pointing at?
I'm
Yes.
through that gate. Okay.
Yes.
So
Is
that's
it-
how far it is.
That's Mr. Asset's property
Is
over
that
there.
the east side of his property or the west side of his
That would
property?
be,
right
well, that one's going parallel.
I'm guessing
that one's
that's
going
the west side.
east-west. I mean, you could probably pull over and see, but it's,
We're gonna have to go over there and
Yeah.
talk to him, obviously.
there? We're going to have to talk to him anyway. So.
it ain't a way in hell that water has been over there. And I've taken videos and pictures after storms like last week, 2 weeks ago. Every time it's a really good storm, I would come out here, do video, and take it. I would send it to DNR because this being a wetland area, they had to come out here, do all their surveillance and, okay, Mr. Jackson, do this, now we need to do this, and this, and this, and this. Not an issue. You couldn't even walk over here before.
All right.
The shit flows. But yes, just because it doesn't have water doesn't make it a wet, that means it's not a wetland.
Right.
So sometimes it will have water there. Sometimes it don't. Just right now it's just soft, and it's been like that. So,
Well, you can tell that this gets water here. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, these
it's pretty clear.
they wouldn't be here if it didn't.
Right.
but literally 3.5 years ago, you couldn't even walk right here, over here. This shit was like this deep. Once I came out here, all of a sudden, no, he's screwing up our things, blah 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 blah. And so in the statute, for the village to take form of it, I'll give it to these guys are slick. Because Byron used to be a sheriff. He's retired Lake County.
Is he really?
Yeah. It takes two people in the statute that heard or understood of an oral statement as a defamation upon a plea agreement. So for two people to go over there and hoot and holler,
You're looking at a different statute now.
it's a different one. It's the same one, but it's on a defamatory thing. So it's basically saying no person should be convicted on the basis of oral communication, but it needs two people to go in and make a complaint, which means if I go in there holding hands with you and we both complain about his truck being too loud.
So you're looking at 94201.
I'm on part
defamation.
on 8.
No person should be
02,
convicted. Yeah.
02.
No, you're looking at
Is it
01.
1 02?
You're looking at 01 right now.
94201.
Right
No
here?
person shall
That's
be
sub
convicted.
4.
Sub 4, yeah.
Yep.
So you're looking at this statute though, not this one. You're looking at a defamation
Correct,
statute,
correct,
not
correct.
not.
Yeah. The complaint was this one.
What was this one?
But this plays a part in it because when we both go holding hands in there, defaming your truck, even though we know you got stock exhaust, we're making up bullshit stories because that's when the village, when two people come in to make that same complaint, that's when they make action of it.
Okay.
That's when they take action. So
What action have they done other than saying that?
I've been getting written violations and tickets and shit.
Is there any chance we can
Let's go back out of here.
go that way?
I'll let you lead the way, sir.
It's a jungle over here. I probably stopped cutting it, especially back there. I'm planting thistles.
Oh,
Probably
not a bad idea.
I had no idea what they were until my neighbor told me, so I said, oh, that's a good idea. I got caught up with last week. But, I've been trying to get a building permit to build a home here. Yeah. For 3 years. And these I've been denied 5 times. These violations, for their reason, every time, I've been fighting that violation ticket about this bullshit with them.
what violation now are you? A ticket that you? What ticket are you fighting that you're talking about? Which
There's a couple
violation?
of them. There's a couple.
Okay.
There's one, you can't see it, but way the hell back there. If you see what the silver car is, my little silver car?
Yep.
Look right behind it. See that solid green?
Yeah.
It's hard to see it. That's my semi-trailer. Has all my shit in it.
Okay.
My building materials, my tools, all my stuff's in there. Because 3 years ago, I had intentions on coming here and actually putting up a pole barn, putting all my shit in there, getting rid of that fucking trailer, and using my property. It's been there for 3 years. They called and complained about it. It's ugly. First of all, you can barely see me from the street.
Right.
How in the hell could you see that? Because they're over my property. They're consistently over here.
So and it's there because you can't get your building permit yet.
Correct.
Okay, I get
But
you.
this is one of the reasons, if Bristol has put those different, well, you need to do this, you need to do storm and water. Well, we did that. We can't do storm and water right here because that's DNR. You guys don't have any regulations over this. This is all, and the letters are all there from DNR. We've been playing ping pong back and forth with this shit show game for a long time. So I let them go back and forth with me for 2.5 years now, 3 years, and I haven't started shooting back at them. Now I'm firing back constantly with different things that's going on. Because I've been letting it stack up. So now I'm like, okay, you guys have done this, 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 and this. I'll just wait. I'm patient. Now I'm out of patience. And now I'm shooting back.
Okay.
So I went after these guys. They've left me alone since the last judge order said, don't come, stay away from his family, stay away from his kids. This guy got really nasty, super nasty, super nasty. Byron would come back and pretend like he was being friendly. I said, Byron, listen, every time you come over here asking me questions, within the next day or two, the village is calling me or sending me letters on some bullshit. Just stay away from me.
Okay.
Now, what I'm going to show you now is, in the meeting, they were saying how the water was always flowing and flooding their properties. I have them on audio and video. Even after he made those statements, admitting that it never happened.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
The village don't
Are
have
you
it.
able to send me that?
I sure shit can. You can hear it right now if you want to.
Yeah, but I would also like it.
I will give it to you because you'll be the only person besides myself who has it. No one even know I have it.
Okay.
And so I've always got to the point now, except for right now, I'm not recording.
We are. We're required to.
Yeah, you are. If I wanted that, I'd just FOIA it. But I've come to the point now whenever I see someone here or at the village, I record because I've had stories change on me so many times that cameras don't lie.
Okay. Sorry, I cannot.
Oh yeah, I know.
I had eye surgery recently, so.
Yeesh. So I'll play that one for you real quick to prove that he was doing it out of spite, basically, just out of spite. And it explains to him, like on that village board meeting where it's put on there, that I say, this is what you said. Oh no. I'm like, yeah, I kind of read it. It's publicized. You're just be correct. Don't be a bullshitter. You have my number. You could have called me. You had an issue, but there was never an issue. The issue was they just didn't want me here. I didn't hearsay stuff about what the neighbors said. All that stuff really doesn't mean much or nothing. But they see.
Well, can I show you something?
This is Byron, and this is my driveway here. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I know.
It hasn't always been like that around here. But you guys go to village meetings and say things about me before coming to me. So how do you expect me to react?
Well, I don't have a phone number for you, number one.
I've given it to you guys before.
Not to me.
And trust me, the village got it. Randy knows he's got it for sure. Let's get to the nitty gritty. I want to hold you up here. This is a long ass video.
The elevation it.
And then on top, that's why it flows so goddamn good. You see there's no water in there? Tell me about this truck.
I didn't hear what he just said. I'm sorry.
Over here, I was explaining to him that over there was still wetlands. I couldn't touch it. That's why it flows so goddamn good. You see there's no water in there? Now over here, it's fucking still wetland. That's all still wetland. My exemption don't cover that. I left that alone because I didn't want to hear no shit about it. Which I do now because they don't want water in the wetland. They don't understand. If it's a wetland, it doesn't have to have water. Like right now, it doesn't have water in it. That does not make it a wetland. I'm just letting you know because
when I moved in here, okay.
You tell me stories about 20 years ago, flooded over there, all that shit. Here we go.
Okay. All right. And there was no problem here. There was no cattails, no nothing because it drained. The whole thing drained. It drained right through here.
Right, where it's draining right now.
Goes around.
Right, where it's doing right now.
Then it goes through Keith's property.
Yep.
Then it goes over to what used to be Meyer's property. That's been sold again, so I don't even know who owns it.
Now, did you realize that this still flows just like you're saying? And every time it rains or we get a real big snowfall, things like that, it does the same thing. Only difference is Keith put that berm in front of his, which changes, and at the end of his driveway, you look at his culvert over there, on his driveway, he raised it up over there. No one noticed that. No one talked about that.
Well, I don't know.
I'm positive.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. Thank you.
They're actually driving slow today. They be hauling their ass down here.
I
go to every meeting, but I missed the last two. Okay, look back to that.
Well, I don't know, because I
you know, everybody jumps on my ass.
I'm not jumping on you.
I've read the minutes. I missed the meeting you were at.
Huh?
I go to every meeting, but I missed the last two. The ones that you were at, the guys next door at. You know about the signs and the rest of that bullshit, but that's okay. I'm not worried about that. It's not a big deal.
I can show you the flow.
You don't have to because the engineers marked it all. Everything's been marked. This has not been added on. If you look at this right now, there's nothing added in there. This is all wetland. Nothing's been added. They said I needed to put a 15-inch culvert in here. I put an 18-inch in here.
You remember that? Well, I don't know if you remember.
See, everybody's an engineer.
A 9-inch rainfall. Okay.
He's always talking about this
I've
shit.
got the formula how to figure it out per acre.
Listen, I had a civil engineer out here, two of them. One from the Ryan Corporation, and I had another one that took the village up because they were asking me the same shit. They had the information from both of them. They won't give it to you. They pretend they don't have it. They fucking got it. I've got records showing they got it because every time I send it to them, I walk in there and hand it in. I email it also.
Well, I'm just telling you the way it was. I had a river about yay deep,
Okay.
right through my backyard.
Okay.
Because
Here we go.
Steve and Johnny's property,
Cross the street, that
across
pond.
the street, that goes that way.
Okay, but you were saying it's backed up on your yard. Has any of this backed up on your yard?
No, not yet.
Yeah. This has been 2.5 years.
Well,
I'm just asking because they were saying it's backing up on your property. And I said, are you sure? That's what he's saying. I said, well, did you go out and look? No answer.
I never said that it's backed up onto my property.
Well, they kind of twisted what you're saying, I guess.
And
on the village meetings, he said it's backing up to his property. Okay, but so I asked him in the 2.5 years since this work's been done. Has any of this backed up on your yard?
Right.
no, not yet.
Yeah, this has been 2.5 years.
And this
I'm just asking.
meetings.
They're saying it's backing up on your property.
By blocking the natural water flow through his property.
Yep. And so every time I try to put in for a permit again, the village uses that as a, so they know that it keeps us from building. It's a thing. Not to mention the fact that they don't really care for me over there, but that's a personal issue between me and them. And I'm not getting that's a civil issue actually, I should say, between me and them. But this is one of the things that give us the violations that holds us up to being able to build.
Right.
They gave me a contract. They sent me a contract last week, and this is one of the violations where you have to fix this. You have never come out here to look. No one has ever. You're the first guys who've ever walked out here and looked. Well, ain't no fucking water out here, and heard this video going, no, 2.5 years, no, that's been no water. You're the first ones, besides my wife.
Okay.
No one even knows I have this video. So I'm not gonna hold you over a bunch of BS. I'm gonna keep it simple. That was it.
So I guess we'll go talk to him. We'll find out what his intent was.
Malice intent. They don't.
Yeah, we have to prove it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I've got other videos and stuff like that, but I've got other shit, and you wouldn't believe some of the stuff. You wouldn't believe.
So I didn't even read the first statute, the one that you were just reading. The only statute that I read is the 94203.
That was the publication, false information for publication, which is them going to the meeting, which you said he didn't do. Which I'm like, Byron, I read it. I'll send you a video, you'll hear it again. No, I read it. You're at the meeting. I go to every meeting. The one I missed,
right.
That's the one to go there. I'm like, really? And so they probably figured out it was a good idea.
So I don't think it fits defamation.
That's fine with me.
And it's only because if you look at sub 2, business or occupation.
Gotcha.
It's got to cover that.
But that's
so I'm just going to get rid of this one altogether because it doesn't fit.
This was the main complaint right there.
Yep, right, and that's the only one I read up until this morning.
Yes, that was it.
So I guess what I have to look into is publication. What the definition is for publication.
When he went in there and they publicized that on the village website.
We understand.
I understand what you're saying.
That might not be what the court.
That might not be what the court sees publication as. They might, it might have to be like an actual newspaper, like it says newspaper magazine.
That's very, very understandable. But you guys probably think it's petty. But
no,
even with
I
that,
get what you're.
Even with that,
if
they have to go back and take back those words what he said. When I go to court for those violations, they'd be like, it was BS. Oh. they dropped that also.
Yeah.
Because it was all those violations, those tickets they sent me was all out of hearsay, but nobody ever coming out and looking and checking and going behind his words. I never had a person come to me and say, "Hey, listen, you put a complaint in. Why you the first ones?"
Believe me, I get where you're coming from.
This dude hit me in the back with a rake.
Are you serious?
Yes, this is the next door. I was walking away. He was on my property. Dude, get off my property. I was turning around and walk away. I hear, like, oh shit. He swings at me.
Oh my God.
And I catch it with my shoulder. And I was like, yo, I should beat your ass with this.
Did you call the police? I mean, did you call us, I should say?
If I told you who came out here, it was a detective and one more guy. And I'm laughing, this is during COVID. And they didn't believe a fucking thing I said. And I said to him, I had a friend come over with me. I said, the only reason I called her over here because I realized that you guys wasn't going to believe a fucking thing I said after you listen to those two people, which are old, they play the old sweet role. Oh, she plays it good. You weren't going to believe it. He goes, well, Mr. Jackson, we don't want to give you a fine or a ticket or take you in. About take me in. I called you.
Right.
I'm the one with the scratches over here. He wasn't bleeding, so he wouldn't take me in. I'm like, whatever. I kept the guy's old metal ass rake. They made me give it back to him. Like, got to give it back to him. I'm like, I should throw this shit in that fucking pond over there and make him. Long story short, Zorner and another detective came out before he hit sheriff, and he was like, I don't want to take you in. I'm like, really, dude? I showed him the video after they're all done. They went, you've got to be fucking kidding, and walked over there and showed them. And he just sat there like this, to say a fucking word. He came back, what do you want me to do? I said, tell him, life lesson learned. I'm gonna be a better person. Drop it. Just
and
leave
that's
me.
This guy.
Yeah, just leave me and my fucking kids alone.
Okay.
3 days later, fuck, we just started right over again. it started. That's why I did the restraining order, because I was done.
Okay.
I was
well,
done.
that's smart.
I got cease and desist letters. I've sent Felix in the very end. I'm sorry. The one you're gonna go see.
Yep.
He's got cease and desist
Fire
letters.
in?
Yes, from my family. Notice to sue, all that good shit. So he's got all that paperwork. If not, I've got copies of it. I can drop it off to you. I can email it to you.
Yeah.
However you want.
So I'm going to give you my card, and what I prefer you do is, and also with that video, if it's possible, I don't know how long the video is.
I can cut it and send you the most important shit where you're saying no. I said all the meetings. You said this.
We probably want the whole thing, maybe plus a
Yeah.
cut version, so at least they can't say. this
Yeah,
and
I
that.
don't want an edited version of that video.
Oh, I've seen the
so
whole
if we
damn
can
thing.
find a way to get the whole thing,
I've
that
seen
would
the whole
be
damn thing.
perfect.
I'm not sure how long it is.
Here's my card is here. So if you have anything after I leave here today, call that top number. That's directly to my desk.
Gotcha.
I think you've got that anyway. And then my email
Email's
is right
there?
here.
Gotcha.
Yep.
So on this video, you mean try to email it to you?
I would prefer that.
Okay.
If you got to do something like a OneDrive or something like that, like share it that way. I don't know if that's
Put it in
possible.
3 pieces or break it down.
Yeah, however you can try and get it to me.
I
And
have my
if
nephew
nothing else,
I'm not good with that shit.
if it comes down to it, would you be willing to come down to the department?
I sure will.
I could try to find just that.
There's a way. There's a will. There's a way. At least with this technology, there's a way.
What I've done in the past is I've done like, because there's a department phone, but I don't get to keep it. It's at the department, and I've done. It looks like you got an iPhone.
Mm-hmm.
What is it called? Like the file share where you send it from one iPhone to another. I can't remember. There's a name for it.
Airdrop?
AirDrop.
That's
Thank
it.
you.
That's it. Yeah,
I've airdropped videos to that phone, and then I've dumped, like done a forensic dump on that phone. That's how I've gotten videos in the past. If it comes down to it, would you be willing to come
I sure
to
will.
me? Okay.
Whatever you need, you let me know.
All
I
right.
have it,
Um,
and I'll send it right over to you. And it's
gonna-
all dated, time and dated with those iPhones, so it shows the dates.
Yeah, so I'll go talk to him. This is going to be hard to like actually prove like in court that everything that he says was with intent to. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean that's but as
it's-
long as they
it's-
realize that when I go to I'm not even worried about court. My main thing is the village. Once the village realize, fuck, he was making this bullshit up.
Right.
We never went
No,
out there.
I know exactly what you're
they
saying.
would have to drop those.
I'm just saying, as far
those
as like for a
violations.
criminal charge, I have to be able to prove every element.
And you
one
know,
of the
this would
elements is
go
intent.
to the county courthouse, the circuit court,
Mhm.
and I'm not sure how they would take a complaint like this.
It's weird.
It is, but it's like the intent of the law versus what we have here.
Yes, exactly.
And we don't necessarily, we're understanding what you're saying, but I'm not guaranteeing a judge who looks at this is going to say, this is not what we're here
That's okay
to do.
because if my idea of it is if it was never written, it was never said. So if I never say
No,
anything about
I get
it
exactly
never
what
happened.
you're saying.
It never happened.
I want you to understand. We're going to do whatever
Yes.
we can. We'll talk to.
Ain't no guarantees.
We'll talk to.
Well,
the
we
DA.
have to do it.
Yeah,
I mean,
there are
this
no
is our
guarantees.
job.
Yeah,
We're
it is
going
our
to
job.
do it. But understand, if this goes before the circuit court, they're going to be like, why
That's
are we
not
here?
why this law was written.
Correct.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
And that proves another point too, because Bristol adopts state laws and statutes.
Yep.
That's part of Bristol's ordinance.
It could be an ordinance violation.
And they can't.
So I'll tell you right now, what Bristol said is they wanted complete hands off. That's why they wanted detectives to look into it, because of the history with you. They said we don't want it to look like we're leaning one way or another, with bias or anything.
But they've done it for so long.
And I think that's why they stopped now.
That's why I'm proving it.
So
that's why I'm done. I was never going back and forth with them. I just let it kept going. Now I'm firing the shots back at them.
Yeah.
And they're going, holy shit, they're ducking and hauling ass.
Well,
but it starts with this. So I got those guys taken care of. I'll get him everything I have. I'll bring it if you need more.
Do you know, does he work?
He's retired.
Okay.
Probably out there burning leaves.
Oh, you already
right
said that, yeah.
Yeah, he's retired. They're both retired.
Okay.
Their full-time jobs is fucking with me, which is, even the DNR guys goes, why don't you just go somewhere else? This is gonna be horrible for you. They're old as shit.
Because then they win.
They win. I'm like, I bought this for my kids. And it's hard to look at the pictures when we bought it. I'm like, God damn, my oldest was this tall.
Yeah.
6'4" now.
Yeah.
The video that him saying it hasn't yet kind of changes what our understanding was, because discussing this before we got there would be like, well, how do you prove that what this guy isn't saying could have be possible?
Right. So we discussed this.
It was
and
after he made that statement. He put that statement.
What we're saying is, before we heard this video, we're like, man, there's so much that's going to be difficult to prove here. Yeah. One would be that he didn't have water on his property. 2 is that he didn't believe that it came from your property. 3 is that he said what he said with intent to, cause you harm.
Cause me harm, yeah.
You know what I mean?
And to prove that water from this property didn't get over there, we would have to do a study where we'd have to observe water
really have to
for
watch
years
the video.
straight. I mean, how could you?
And I have all that. I've got the typo stuff in the skies and the dates they say it was flood. I was out here taking pictures and videos. You would be amazed.
And obviously weather changes too. We've had a little bit of a drier year. Last year was a wetter year,
He's way the hell over there. Water has never touched your property.
Right.
So it's
saying and proving are a little bit different.
Well, and knowing and proving are 2 different things. You know what I mean? Like, well, we have homicide cases. We know exactly who did it. Can't prove it.
Where's Jimmy Hoffa? Nobody knows. You know what I mean? You put somebody on the moon, but we can't figure out such stuff.
But yeah, I think that's why I want that video. I think it changes things because it does show that he never did. He's claiming he never did actually have water in his property.
If you want the cease and desist letter, I'll give you a copy of that.
No, that's not necessary.
No. Whatever you need, just email, call, or text. I'll get the video over to you.
Okay.
I don't hold you guys up. I just want to make a note of it. That's all I need to do.
No, I get it.
If I don't actually say something, it never happened. I never stood up on it, and it'll keep happening.
No.
So, and I would like to have him trespass. So if he brings his ass back over here, he better call somebody first to let me know.
Well, see, that's the whole have him trespass. That doesn't exist here.
I have to go. Oh, really?
No. Yeah. I mean, if you have somebody on your property that's not supposed to be on your property, they don't need to be warned prior.
I've told them before already. Stay off my property.
Yeah. There's no that doesn't exist.
They love to fuck with my trailer, my camper. I come out here with the kids.
You should get some deer. Yeah, a couple deer cams.
Dude, there's so much deer back there, you wouldn't believe it.
No, for them.
Oh, yeah, I got them. I got them.
Okay.
Oh, I got them.
Okay.
I got pics.
All right.
I got pics. You shitting me? And they say that's not them. That's not you?
Next time that happens, you should call. I mean, you really should.
I'm not a...
I know.
I'm more of a let me catch your ass type guy than, hey, he's over here again. You know what? I got nothing to hide.
Yeah.
And that's the way I look at it. If you're that nosy that you want to keep checking after me,
come ask.
Come on, just come ask me. I got nothing to hide. Oh, you're a bad guy. We know about you, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, really? You're uneducated, blah, 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 blah. Oh, all right. Well, shit. Waste of money on a degree. Apparently. You don't know me.
I'm sorry you're going through all this, man. But
somebody pulled the background. You still running your things?
Yeah, do you want me to turn it off?
Yeah.